Brosplay! Are you familiar with Rick Moranis?
I am not familiar with Rick Moranis.
You are more familiar with him, you just don't know him. Or him by name. He was in Honey, I Shrunk the Kids, Honey, I Blew Up the Kid.
Oh, I absolutely... Well, the main character.
Yeah, he was also...
Friends with William H. Macy?
Probably. A side... Well, like, not a side character, but he was also in Ghostbusters. He was a guy who was inhabited or possessed by one of the ghosts.
Was he the one who... No, I think it was Dan Aykroyd who summoned the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man.
Yes, yeah, because they were trying to think happy thoughts, and he's remembering his trip, his family camping trip to eating Stay Puft Marshmallows.
Don't think of anything.
Yeah, but Rick Moranis was at the top of his game, and he just dropped off the scene. And people wondered where he went, and it was a sad truth, but kind of a heartwarming outcome to a tragic event. His wife died of breast cancer, and he realized the only way to really properly raise his children is to not... He couldn't be half in, half... Yeah, he knew that if he was in movies, he wouldn't be able to properly raise his kids. So he just made the sacrifice, dropped out of a career that he was booming in order to take care of his kids. And
Wow.
He's actually so protective of them, he won't even let the press find out their names.
And that's great, because there's nothing that can screw a kid up more than being in the public light too early.
Absolutely. Holy shit, look at Justin
Oh, no.
Bieber.
Is this a South Korean base? Fuck.
Yes, that looks like... It is Korea, okay, yeah. The,
Yes! Oh, Jesus!
frame rate drops. Fucking Bieber. Look at... Did you ever watch his YouTube videos?
Beaver?
Yeah.
No.
Because I didn't either.
Wait, his YouTube videos for his music, or like from before he got discovered?
Before, what's his name found him.
Oh, God, no. His modern music I like a lot more than his old music, so if there was any time I'd check him out, it'd probably be now.
But I don't know, I haven't seen him before, so I'm not really sure what he was like, but I saw a photo of him before, like when he was just famous, and then compared to what he's like now, and he kind of just looked like a normal kid. Like I think he was really poisoned by ridiculous fame.
It'll do it to you. Well, certain points, you wish you could keep the fame that you've always had, but the only way to do that is to do ever-increasing things.
Yeah.
And it's not like your music can get that much better to keep up with how much the hype is passing.
Yeah.
So you have to do other shit. You gotta get tattoos, and you gotta get in DUIs.
I think Macaulay Culkin is one of the perfect examples of
Bashed him.
oversaturation, or no,
Overexposure?
overexposure. Yeah, he had too much money and too much stress as a child. Have you seen photos of him recently?
Oh, he looks worn down.
Yeah.
He looks like terrifying at
He
points.
looks like Steve Buscemi, and he's probably 40 years younger.
Yeah, Steve Buscemi has a very specific look.
He does, and it works really well for him. And it didn't for a long time. He did a pretty good monologue on SNL when he first got on Boardwalk Empire. And he says, "In my life, I was always the creepy friend, the creepy bartender, or the creepy guy."
It's pretty much him.
But it's nice to be the creepy guy, but also be the main character.
The powerful, creepy guy.
The powerful, creepy guy.
Well, he actually, that name, Enoch, was, like, I was reading a list of, like, unusual but still popular baby names.
Really?
And that was, I think, like, the second name on the list was Enoch.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
I'm gonna name my kid after you. You couldn't be so cruel.
Yeah.
That's the first episode.
Enoch's a pretty tough name. Even the nickname Nucky is not much better.
No, not much. I mean, you really have to... I like that idea of your reputation changing the impact of your name. Because you could have, like, a mob boss named Fluffy, and it would still have an impact if you knew who he was.
But if you just heard the name, you'd be like, who the fuck is
But
this?
yeah, if you just walk around as a regular dude, working your... trying to come up with references that every country's gonna get. I guess McDonald's. If you're working your McDonald's,
Subway actually has more.
Or Subway, no, they have a ridiculous amount of locations.
32,000.
Is it really worldwide?
Yeah.
Fuck.
Yeah.
Unbelievable. But yeah, if you're working your Subway job and you have a name tag Fluffy, it's just not. It's not coming off the same way.
Well, it definitely like brings it into question. If your name's Fluffy and you're some sort of mob boss, odds are that's almost like an ironic nickname.
Yeah.
It's like you got that name because you killed a dog or something.
Because you're not so fluffy.
Exactly.
Because you're like have no hair, completely hairless person.
But yeah, when you're just like calling yourself Fluffy, everyone's like, "What's going on there? What's going on in your head?"
Self-proclaimed nicknames. I have never had so many prefix nicknames at a workplace before. I've been called everything.
Really?
Big Mitch, Top Button Mitch.
Top Button Mitch. That's a good one.
Somebody called me Iron Fist Mitch because it was a pretty iron-fisted situation. But something else, I forgot what it was.
Which way do we go up? The dirt roads or the non-dirt roads?
Looks like the right, like the black road looks fine.
Okay.
The Black Road. Viggo Mortensen in The Black Road.
Have you seen The Road?
I have. It's one of my favorites.
I also read the book, and they were both terrifying.
Yeah. Well, I mean, apocalypse stories have existed since humanity
Okay,
has
dudes.
existed. So some of them come up with ridiculous fantasy versions of how the world would work, and others try to go for a more realistic tone. I feel like Walking Dead hit it pretty hard, or hit the nail on the head. Is that
With
how
the
it goes?
with a realism tone?
Yeah. Well, in every if you just look at a situation that's actually happened, like there's plenty of wars that have happened to once developed nations, and it always goes. You have establishment, and then chaos, which breaks down establishment, causing not dissemination, but separation. Everybody goes in every direction trying to flee the situation. Once the dust settles, people begin to kind of recuperate, and after a while, they go back to a very similar way that the world used to be, but having experienced the chaos.
Yeah, people try to return to the old world.
Yeah, and people would inevitably group up again. In the beginning, on day one, when cars are being flipped and set on fire, it's pretty much every man for himself. You're not going to find too many large groups. Like 5-6 weeks in, small groups. Like Walking Dead shows us, a year and a half, 2 years in, you're going to find full civilizations that were built up of all separated people from completely different backgrounds.
Communities.
And that's what I love about Walking Dead. They didn't just stick with the survival idea. Like, they showed how people would eventually gather together, and now in the 6th season, they meet like, 3 or 4 fully developed, well-guarded civilizations. And that's wonderful. That's an amazing way to hypothesize the end of the world.
I feel like Walking Dead is one of the few things where it's really not... I think they're throwing grenades back out at me.
Are you able to bust this down?
I don't know. I'm actually like kind of confused.
I remember it taking a lot to take down a wall.
Okay, but it will come down. Here, let's put it at the corner, so either the wall or the door will give.
That might backfire on you. It actually might. Oh yeah, the physics problem might like deflect it.
All into the wall, and the wall is indestructible.
Yeah. I love this music. Nice. Oh, you took it all down.
Shit.
There's no cover anymore, boys.
Jesus. I'm fucking coming in.
Okay, never mind. There's just no aerial cover.
Actually, there's an anti-tank weapon out here.
What a great name, Playground of Destruction. Just so perfectly describes it.
Oh yeah, it's this game in a nutshell. Shit, this is an anti-air.
You're rocking 2 rockets.
There, that's what I wanted. Isn't it? Yeah, it's anti-air.
Oh, you know what I kind of want to do is make a show on YouTube that I can regularly post where we purposely avoid all the topics that everyone's talking about.
You mean like the ones in the world, or?
No, because every my subscriber feed is made up of a lot of big YouTubers who post all the time, and there's a lot of trends. Like a lot of them want to be the first to do it or to capitalize on it. Like when Pokemon Go came out, it was all Pokemon Go. The whole feed was Pokemon Go.
Yeah, but that's different. The entire world was Pokemon Go when that happened.
That's
Our
true.
mom was watching seeing Pokemon Go stuff pop up on MSN. Like that just shows you it's too prolific.
Well, yeah, okay, that's a bad example, but like every time something comes out, like when Soma came out, Soma's like I think it's a spiritual successor to another psychological horror game. Like every time a new popular game comes out, it's played by almost every one of the Let's Players that I watch. And it'd be kind of nice to have a show that's like intentionally goes against it, where you know that you will never be watching it and hear the stuff that everyone else is talking about. Well done. That was a nice little
Yeah, and a little
boost.
backslide.
Yeah.
Would I like to retry? That's a good question. Just got blown up in the face. I think I want to retry.
See, the issue is, if the idea gets popular enough, everyone's gonna do it. And now you have the exact opposite. Now you have everybody talking about a different thing, or not the thing that other people are talking about. And now you have a problem. No one can talk about anything.
That's the thing about underground stuff. It can't stay underground forever.
Nothing
And
stays
if you
there.
try to expand it, it won't be what it is that you originally loved.
Very well said.
Like a bar of soap. If you love it, don't squeeze it too hard.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you for joining us.
The harder you grip, the more it slips away.